And welcome back, guys, to part 3 of this walkthrough. All right, so we're going to get right into it. So we ended last episode. We picked up the Bloodhounds Fang. We're going to talk about that just a second here. The Bloodhounds Fang, we have that as it scales off strength and dex, so it's basically a quality weapon, which is the quality build we're going to do for this because that's just going to be a great way to go about this build. We have strength at an 18, dex at a 17 as a requirement on that, so it's very close to with our samurai class. That's one of the reasons we picked the samurai class, because we're very close on that dex. Maybe not so much on the strength, but I'm not too concerned about it. With the runes we'll be getting from the dragon, when we kill him, we should be fine. We should be able to easily get that weapon requirement. Yeah, so that's the Bloodhound's Fang. That's going to be our weapon that we're going to be using. We can't use it just yet, but yeah, we're going to jump right now into this. So, all right, guys, head to Stormvale Shack next. So, Storm Hill Shack. I'm sorry, not Stormvale Shack. Storm Hill Shack. Let's head to Storm Hill Shack. And then mark the. So we're going to mark this path right here. This finger, you can just put it right there. We just need to go back there toward that direction. And then just ride on through. I wanted to get one more episode recorded before I went to bed tonight, so that we'd have at least 3 good episodes that are fresh in my mind. But the way I'm doing it, though, I'm doing the prep right before I record it, which helps. I learned that from FightinCowboy. He did his prep like that and his walkthrough like that, and it seemed to work really well for him. So I'm just doing the same thing. I did my prep first, took all my notes, and so I have my notes here, so I can go right through the notes as I go through. And it actually is a very clean setup. So as you jump down here, guys, make sure and get this scarab right here. We're going to need this scarab. Storm Stop or Storm Wall. That's a very good shield, Ash of War, for parrying, especially if you suck at parrying. That'll help a lot. Because there are some fights in this game that you just need to parry with. There's no other way around them. It's just one of those things that is what it is. So just ride this path back. But yeah, so far this walkthrough I feel is coming together real smooth, with the exception of Blade dying. that was that was not expected. That totally threw me for a loop. That last episode, I still can't believe he lost to Dalmor. That's crazy. Did I ride by the Grace? No, I didn't. Okay. I can definitely tell my eyes are getting tired. All right, so get this Grace, guys. Once we get this Grace, we're gonna do a little. Basically, just go back to the round table. And if you didn't know, you could teleport to the round table just by pressing the map, and then if you're on Xbox, that's YXA, and that would be the top, the left, and the bottom on whatever console you're playing on. But then once you're here, we're just going to do a few things. We're going to talk to Rodrika, get her progressed through her quest, because we will need her for leveling up our spirit summons. So just go through her dialogue. She's still looking for her purpose. She will have her purpose in a moment. Go talk to the blacksmith about Rodrika. And you can go back to Rodrika. I've seen amazing artwork of these two online, Rodrika and the blacksmith. They are just, I wouldn't say a couple because they're obviously way different ages, but I don't know. There's something about that relationship between those two, kind of like a father and daughter relationship, that is just really cool, I think. So basically just run through. And then once you talk to him the second time, rest the grace for a brief moment. Rest at that grace. You'll notice Rodrika's gone. She's in here now. You can talk to her again. And now you can see if we wanted to, we could easily level up our summons. That's how we do that now. So that's all good. Talk to him again just to finish out that little mini quest about Rodrika. There we go. And after that, head back to Stormhill Shack. This right there on the map. It's amazing how much prep work I have wrote up before we even fight any bosses. We're going to be so overpowered. Go in here, get the golden seed that Rodrika left behind, and then after there, you can teleport right back to the lake facing Cliff's Grace. Yeah, we are going to be so overpowered. And like I said, I would not do this for your first run. Your first run, don't use a walkthrough. Just play the damn game and enjoy the hell out of it. Just explore and just have fun with it. This is literally a walkthrough designed for later on when you just want to get to an end to maybe like play around with another ending or or just I don't know, set up another character real quick. You could easily set up another character for PvP purposes or maybe for invasion purposes. That's what you could use this walkthrough for. Just don't use this walkthrough for a first playthrough. You'll ruin your experience. It's such a good game. We're just gonna ride through here. All we did there, guys, was take the path. I didn't narrate that just because it's pretty self-explanatory. Just take the path down here. There will be a grace. Rest at that grace because you do have guards aggroed back there, and you don't want any guard happening to come up to you while you're talking to a merchant, and then kill the merchant by accident. That's never a good time. I'm not a fan of killing NPCs. Talk to the merchant. The thing we're going to buy here is the shield. The shield we started with, wow, if I can even go over there. The shield we started with does not have 100% block. The kite shield has 100% block, which is very good. That's all you need to buy here. And then you can actually go back to the Side of Grace for just a moment here. We're going to switch some things out here. We're going to apply that shield. Just rest at the Side of Grace. And then we're going to also put on that Ash of War on not that shield, but the golden shield. That storm wall, put that on the golden shield. A smaller shield, for reference, will always be easier to parry than a bigger shield. Bigger shields are very hard to parry with. We're going to leave that with no skill on. So we got that. So we got our new shield. All right. And then after that, merchant shield, storm wall on gold shield, apply new shield, map. Okay, so after that, guys, that little map marker, we're just going to go get the map. Now this little map marker is kind of a hell thing to get. The best way to get it is to ride up, get the enemies to walk away, lure them over, and then get it. And then ride this way, northwest, directly northwest. Follow the ruins. And you're going to see a grace. Rest at that grace to de-aggro enemies. Rest at that grace. And then we're going to ride right over here. That little section right there, that's a transporter. All we're going to do is we're going to go right up into here. Not deal with any of that bullshit. Just travel. Don't waste time, just travel. Take the teleporter. This will bring us to Liurnia the Lakes up here by the gates. You can get this grace real quick. And then turn your camera back around toward the south. And we're going to ride backwards now. Just ride right on through. We're not facing the enemies, so that they shouldn't even notice us real quick. We should have plenty of time to ride right through here. If you want to, you can grab this smithing stone. You're not going to need it for this build, but you can grab it anyway. The second one over here on this side, we want to jump over here. We want to jump on this roof. We want to jump on this roof. And then right down there, we want to jump on this roof and get the golden seed. And then head directly east. So point your compass east and drive directly east. Right along these ruins. Or these, I guess not even ruins. I guess you could say they're buildings, maybe? Some kind of structure of some type. Just stay east. And off to your right, there will be a grace. You can get that grace. And behind the grace is the map. Imagine that. How easy was that? Alright. And then jump back on your trusty steed. Alright, ride to Belfries, get key. To Dragon, head to east, map grace. And, okay, so guys, back up your camera, and you're going to see this structure right back here. You're going to put your map marker on that structure back there. And then head toward that marker. So it's basically, let's see here, northwest. Yep. And what we're going to is in the water. It's not up there, so do not go up there. Stick to the left. You're going to see this dragon right up here. All you're going to do is drive right behind him. Drive a horse. Okay, ride the horse. Get this key. And then book it out of there. And basically all we did was ride to the... Oh, I don't have a compass right now, but... Alright, so west. Basically west. Basically this giant mountain, we're riding up this mountain now. Once you get to the path, just follow the path up. Once it splits, take the right side, follow where the troll is. Just don't let the troll hit you, because he will probably one-shot you at this point in the game. Just ride on past. Right on. This is the 4 Belfries area. This area, I'll tell you why we're getting this grace up here in a moment. We technically don't need to do any of these towers, but what is nice about this is if you're playing with a friend and you are in need of Erdley flowers, This is the best grace I've found. There's 4 of them here. 1, 2, 3, and over here, a 4th. And then you can just rest at the grace and do that again. And literally you can replenish your Erd Leaf flowers really quick and be able to play with your friends more without having to, you know, find other places to farm them and whatnot. It's the best place I've found to farm them so far. If you guys have a better place, put it in the comments. I'd love to check it out. But I think this one is a great one. After we do that, guys, we're going to go right back to South Raya Larcaria Gate. Basically where that big blue gate was, that's where we want to go. That's what we did was we just picked up the key for that gate, and we want to go through that gate because there's a golden seed that we want to pick up. So all we have to do here, guys, is just examine the seal, walk through. This will take us to the academy, which is funny because on this playthrough, we are not even going to go through the academy. We are going to bypass the academy. So on this one, get on your horse, ride toward the west. Or I'm sorry, that is not west, that is north. Ride north. You're going to jump across here. You're going to see that golden seed up here. We're going to pick that up. Just like that. And then you can just teleport right on back. Main Academy Gate. And then turn around. Go back toward the same gate you just ran your horse through, but this time engage yourself with the wall, examine seal, and walk through the seal. And this will teleport you to the other side by the Bellum Highway. And now we're at the Bellum Highway. Off to your left side, there'll be a grace. We can get that grace right now. We'll be coming back here in a moment, but first we're going to go get some supplies. We're going to first go over back to the 4 Belfries towers. So go back to the 4 Belfries. And then we're going to ride back down the 4 Belfries. So basically this is just a kind of like a mountain that just goes around in a circle. So the way to go down this mountain is the same way basically you went up with, just go the opposite way. And then you can just follow the pathway down. Over here you can kind of skip past some of it by just jumping down. And then just continue to ride through. You'll see a troll, no big deal, just ride past him. Shouldn't be a problem. He shouldn't do anything to you. You can continue to keep riding. Just keep following this path around. You can, hopefully we don't die here. Okay. Over here we can pick up the Jellyfish Shield, which is a great shield. If we don't die. That came close. But yeah, the Jellyfish Shield's a good shield. I wish the buff would work if you put the shield on your back, but it doesn't. Basically, once you put the shield on your back, it takes away the buff. So once you get past here, guys, just keep to the right. You'll see those 2 things sticking out of the ground. Keep to your right. We want to follow this path around. You're going to see a guy on a chair, or a dead guy on a chair, I guess you could say. And you're going to grab that Somber Smithing Stone 3. So now we have 3. And watch out for all these guys that spawn behind you. No big deal. Just keep going. And then continue on the path right back down. You can even follow the same path this carriage is taking. And then just continue to ride on. Just keep on this path. There'll be a grace coming up on your left-hand side. Right there. just interact with that grace. And then the map is right up here. Once we get the map, ride right into this ruin section. Doesn't really matter where you drive in at. There's only one way to get through. You'll see in a moment. Just keep going through. There'll be a giant, ominous wall. Ride up and hit it with your sword. It will disappear. And hit the grace right there. And you can rest at that grace so those enemies de-aggro behind you. Now, talk to the blacksmith. Tell him Blade sent you.
Well, I presume.
He'll offer you a good talisman. It's not that good of a talisman, but it's all right. Please take care. And then talk. And then Blade sent me. And then that's it. So we're not going to worry about the Somber 3 and 4 from him. We actually are going to get him in the field to save runes. Once you get that, get on your trusty steed, and we're going to head to the place he just told us not to go. He was like, don't go to the Carrion Manor. I repeat, don't go. Well, we're going anyway. Got places to be, things to do. Not going to let a blacksmith stop me. No, sir. You should be fine. You probably won't get hit by those. If you do, they don't actually take off much health. On my prep account, I got hit a couple times and I was still fine. After you get that grace, guys, head back to this grace right here, Northern Liurnia Lakeshore. And now we're going to go get a Somber 4. Right here, guys, this place right here, the Carrion Manor's right there. Mark this place on your map. And I'm going to clear some of these so that it's not as busy and more organized. And then just get on your trusty steed torrent and make our way over there. I guarantee you the longest part of this walkthrough is going to be getting ourselves overpowered before we even start. Once we get overpowered, this game is going to go by really quick. The way I have this set up. Longest part is just the prep work. Because there's quite a bit of prep work to get OP. But yeah, we're just getting started. So over here, there will be another guy in a chair. Right back here. That will give us our Somber 4. Once we have our Somber 4, head back to Liurnia Gate. Let's see here. Liurnia Gate. Golden Seed. Go through Gate. Bellum Church. Okay, so now we need to go to Bellum Highway, the grace we unlocked over here. East Liurnia Gate over here. We're going to go get another church. Just ride north from that grace. Right in here. Bellum Church. You guys know the deal. When we get to a church, we get these sacred tears. Once we have that, we're going to go to a location that one probably should not go to this far in the game, but we're going to go there anyway. We're going to ride east out of that church. over to the side of the mountain. And then we're going to ride northeast up toward into this area. So you could put a marker into here to know where you're going. But we're going to be following this place around. We're going to be going through here. We're going to be going through here. And we're going to get a grace right up here. So if you follow my path, you should be all right. I know a lot of people that have played this game through are probably thinking, what are you thinking? Taking a brand new player up into this area. Yeah, I know. It's not the brightest, but we'll be fine. We'll be fine. All for the sacred tier, man. It's all for the sacred tier. Get an OP before we even start the game. Totally not the way Mikazaki wanted you to play these games. After you get up here, guys, ride behind the rocks to stay away from damage off. The closer you are to the rocks, and we're going to get frenzied probably here. Oh, wow, we didn't get frenzied. I'm surprised. We're going to probably get frenzied up here. Yeah, I'd be surprised if we didn't. Yep. Not a big deal. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. The grace is right there. It's funny how my prep account, I actually almost died there right before the grace, getting that grace. But once you get the grace, guys, we're going to mark up the... don't even mark it, just because we got Frenzy to worry about. Ride through this village here. There's this village with Frenzied Flame Village. Ride just through here. You'll see these guards right here. You're knowing that you're going the right way. Just ride on through past them. This part loops around. I don't think we'll die here. We'll see. Well, we might die here, but we should be able to get the grace at least first. Well, I mean, we're definitely going to die here. There's no doubt about that. I mean, you'll see why in a second, but it's going to be impossible to not die here. The main thing is we get the grace. See, this is what I was talking about. You don't have to kill this guy. Just, you can let him kill you if you want. I'm going to entertain him. Yeah, we're dead. So that's supposed to happen. I actually wrote in the notes, go to Frenzied Flame Church and die. So that's going to happen. We're right by the grace, though. It doesn't even matter at this point. You don't have to worry about Vike spawning either when you spawn. He doesn't spawn unless you go out the front doors of the church, so he'll only spawn if you walk right out those doors. If you don't, though, you'll be fine. No big deal. Get the Sacred Tier. Pick up the Finger Maidens set if you want to. You don't have to, but if you want to, you can. We got this grace. We'll need this grace later on. Okay, Frenzied Flame Church, Bellum Church, Academy Gate Town Grace. All right, guys, head back to the Academy Gate Town Grace. Grace, yeah, Gate Academy Gate Town. That's the grace we want to go to right here. And we're going to mark a few spots here. We're going to mark, oops, we're going to mark right here. And then we're going to mark right here. And then we're going to mark right here. You'll see this bridge. Just follow that bridge up. Now, it's going to be a broken bridge, but you'll be fine. You'll see what I mean. With all these bridges broken, I really wonder what this world would have looked like, you know, before the all the wars that happened and took place. Like, it'd be cool if we could like have a DLC that took us back in time and we could see the world before it was kind of destroyed and a lot of the wars happened and all that kind of stuff. Because it would be interesting to see like before Raya Lucaria got into the academy, like before the Carrion Manor separated their ways with the Academy, like to see how they were at one time. Those were friends. You know, the Carrion Manor and the Academy were at one times according to the lore. Those two groups of people were one. I guess you could call it people, one group, and then they went their separate ways because the Carrion Manor believed that you should, or the Academy believed that you should be able to teach magic to beasts, and the Manor did not like that. The Manor wanted to keep magic and sorcery to just basically humans, and not beasts. That's the main reason they split. Get this Grace up here by the shack. You can get the painting if you want. You don't need to. Like I said, this walkthrough is not going to be for grabbing every item in your game. So if you're looking for a better walkthrough, go watch FightinCowboy's walkthrough. His walkthrough is superior to this. Is because I mean it gets everything done in the game. It's the platinum. It's it's crazy how good of a walkthrough that walkthrough was. He did. It almost made me not even want to do a walkthrough, but I was like, there's still a walkthrough that needed for people that just want to go through the game and not get every item and stuff. So here, guys, be very careful. Go in here and get this item right there. Flame Cleanse Me. And get out. Flame Cleanse Me will be an incantation we'll use later on. And then just keep riding toward number 3. It looks like it's on our marked. Right up through here. We're about to meet the best boy. Best boy in the game. I mean, this turtle guy is one of the coolest characters in the game. And welcome to the Church of Vows. Back here, before we talk to Turtle Guy, get yourself the sewing needle and sewing kit so you can modify your garments if you want to. And then talk to Mr. Turtle Guy.
I am my apology. Do you know how it came? Well, that shattering. It is
Such a cool character.
So
I'm so glad that he doesn't die. So many people die in this game, but he doesn't die. He stays there. He stays with you till the very end when you become an Elden Lord. He's always there. But yeah, that's all we need him. Any spells we get and anything we'll bring back to here. But most of the stuff, though, I mean, this is going to be using just the bare minimum for incantations and whatnot. But I believe that was the last thing in this episode I had planned. So I think I'm going to call it a night tonight, get some sleep. But there'll be another episode coming soon, guys. Part 4 will be up soon. And just stay tuned. Lots more coming. Thanks, guys.